Hello, 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 and welcome to another RTAppetizer. Today we are facing someone over in the Asia server. I don't know their name, but I like the little character that looks like a man going humph. Anyway, they went for Hand Guy, Bryceria, Aiden, Ran, and Rimuru. I went for Arwell, Flitica, Aravi, Zahak, and Ed. They ban out the Zahak, I ban out the Ran. Let's see how things go. So Flitica is going to go first here. I do have a barrier, but I checked the CR bar, and I knew that Rimuru wouldn't cut me with 30%. He would only go to like 98 or so percent. So I am going to reset the Rimuru, because he has the most raw damage, if that makes sense. So I want to make sure that he can't really do anything. So I'm going to stun the Bryceria as well to force the Hand Guy to use his S3. Rimuru can go, he can break the skill null on someone. That's fine. I don't particularly have any issue with that whatsoever. They are going to go into the Flitica. They do make a choice here, and that choice is to S3. And so Aravi and Arwal should be fine. Aravi actually takes offense to it and smacks her in the face. Ed also isn't the biggest fan, so he is going to rebuttal. And now the fun thing about Ed is that after he does his attack, counts as a new turn. So I'm going to attack the Aiden, get her to counterattack so that I can equivalent exchange again. And now the Aiden is getting rather low. They have 11k HP, but they're down to 4. So they can kill the Flitica. They're not going to. They're going to try to go for the Ed, but with my Arwell's barrier, not going to get there. And now I essentially have free reign to go into the Aiden. They're going to S2. My Ed doesn't quite kill him, which is fantastic. And I get a dual attack with Ed, just to show him how much I spite the fact, just to spite Hand Guy. I just spite Hand Guy. I know I pick him a lot, but he sucks. I hate him. But good job, Ed. You had a very good showing there. I don't know that dual attack really would have meant all that much, because he was coming up here, and I would have attacked the Aiden again anyway. But I'll take it. Let's jump to the next one, though. I'm facing a lot of people with Legends frames today, which is unfortunate, but we do have another one from the global server. Cannot read their name, but I know that it has the kanji for rice patty, which I think is ta or da, and the kanji for fire. So that's interesting and fun, and shows that I wish I knew more Japanese. I could be Chinese as well, because, okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. Hand Guy. They go for Hand Guy, DJB, Pyra, Senya, and Shu. I go for Arwell, Flitica, Zio, Ed, and Beehoo. Beehoo to deal with all of the buffs that are going to be up on everybody, as well as the Senya. So let's jump in and see if Beehoo can bring home, bring home. Doesn't work. Bring home the gold medal. Pyra is going to S3 into the Ed, which tickles me. And I am going to rebuttal that. Smack everybody in their dang faces. And then they are going to try to stun the Flitica. No dice. No dice whatsoever. Speaking of dice, I am going to attempt to reset this DJB. It does not work. I did not expect it to work, really. I know my Flitica has like 165 effectiveness, but if the DJB has about 260 or so, no shot. No shot whatsoever. So, since most people on my team have unbuffable, except for Ed, who could theoretically get the blind debuff from DJB, I am going to try to, not stun, but just put up the barrier and go into DJB as well. And now I am going to go into DJB with Ed, just in case, because it'd be nice if I kept the barrier on Ed. That'd be kind of nice. But the hand guy has Warhorn, of course, and pushes up the DJB, so DJB is going to invert. It only lands a decreased hit chance on my Beehoo, which is fine. He's not going to be doing much on the first turn anyway. And by not doing much, I mean he's not going to be, like, attacking. So Senya is going to rip the S3 into my team, hoping that she doesn't hit Beehoo. She does not. She doesn't actually do anything to anyone, which is fine by me. And now it is Beehoo time. So he's going to grab that flame, crush it in his little baby hands, and strips the counterattack buff and the... I don't know if there was anything else on the Senya, the barrier. But now, I could just go into the Senya for free. This Pyra is not having a lot of luck on stunning my Beehoo, which is fine. I'm okay with it. But I do need to create some ideas of where this Senya's effect res is. So it is lower than, or it's higher than my Arwell's ability to stun, but it is lower than my Beehoo and Flitika's ability to strip. They are going into Beehoo, which is actually good by me. I thought they would go into Flitika. So Flitika is going to strip the attack buff and the immunity from the Senya, which is immensely good. They are going to go into Beehoo. I am going to Soul Burn this, hopefully do some damage. They resist the burn, which is unfortunate. I don't think that's indicative of... I think that was the 15%, considering I was able to land the unbuffable and the unbuffable as well as strip. Or I didn't land the unbuffable, I just stripped. So I don't know. Her effectiveness is somewhere in the middle, but Ed is still going to just punch her in the face because she can't counter, and that's great by me. Arwell, there's no point in going in anyone else because this is essentially free. Flitika, if you could defense break or blind, I'll take the blind. That's great. Thank you. They're going to go into Beehoo again and not really do anything. Beehoo is going to S1 again, does land the burn, and does a hefty chunk to the Senya. They're going to S2 again, which I don't know why. Ed's going to counter and hit the Senya again. And they're gonna try to stun the Ed, but that doesn't make sense to me because hand guy got provoked, which cleanses the stun anyway. And then they concede because Senya's gonna die. Yeah, Beehoo gaming, hell yeah, brother. But we have time for some more. And we got another fight against FG Merlin. I fought them in the World Championship. They're a very good player. I don't usually find them all that often in regular RTA, but hey, it's nice to see them again. They go for Lua, Zio, Ahmed, Eda, and Architect Leica. I go for DJB Stene to take Stene away from them. Sage Ball, Rimuru, and Violet. Violet is the force ban because they have almost exclusively water units on their team. And I ban out the Architect Leica. Looking back on it, I probably could have gotten away with banning the Eda. Yeah, that might have been okay. But you will see in a second why things went south real quick. But, I mean, and then I had a good recovery. I almost spoiled it, but now you don't know if I win or lose. You probably have a good idea, but whoops. So, the Lua, I did not notice immediately. The Lua is on Spatiotemporal Fan, which is probably a little bit rough for me. Sage Ball, not quite fast enough. I think he got to 98%, which is slightly unfortunate. If he had cut, it would have made things so much easier because I could sleep the Lua and the Eda. They are going to reset me because having an unresistible reset is fair and good, and that puts the Eda in stealth, which is unfortunate for me and for everybody involved. So they are going to soul burn this Eda, of course, because that is what Eda does. Rimuru is going to take her stealth and her speed buff, which is kind of nice, because it does kind of cut down on the damage for everybody, but not enough, unfortunately. If I had mitigation, my Stene probably could have survived, but I did not. And since my Sage Ball was reset, he is able to try to sleep everybody again. So I have to kind of rely on that. So everybody needs to go to bed. And then looking back on it, I guess I should have tried to kill the Eda here with Rimuru. Just because she seems to have the most damage. Although it could be a damage Zeo as well. I didn't really know. I am going to soul burn this. And go into the Zeo. Because he will be very difficult to take down otherwise. I get small text, which is unfortunate. And that does not kill him. So I am going to use Sage Ball's S3 to kill the Zeo. Because I am incredibly scared of this Zeo, just being a damage one. They're going to go into Rimuru, no dice. Ahmed has her S3 and not her S2 available, which kind of sucks because it does cleanse the Eda completely. And she does unfortunately get a lot of unfortunates here, unfortunately get the crit damage buff, which is pretty bad. So I am hoping that I can try to outspeed this Lua, but I doubt it. Do some damage to her, and unfortunately I do not outspeed the Lua. So they are going to try to put my Rimuru to sleep. No dice. But they have another soul burn. So they are going to reset everybody again and put Eda back in stealth, which is bad. So I'm going to try to sleep the Lua. I do get the Lua sleep, but the Eda has every skill imaginable and is going to kill the Sage Ball with an S1. And now my Rimuru is in stealth by himself, which isn't great. They push up again. Go into the Rimuru. They're going to S3. At this point, I'm pretty much dead. But I still held out a little bit of hope that I could kill the Eda. But I did get one turn added to my cooldown, which isn't great. So I have to make it past the Eda. And with speed buff, I do not make it. And Eda just needs to hit, which she does, and I die. So it was a good match. Looking back on it, I guess I should have tried to get rid of Eda. She's just a pain. But that happens. Let's do one more. Quick one. We're doing a quick one right now, so everybody prepare yourself. We are facing Bears 015 in Korea. They pick Aiden, AOL, Zeo, Stene, and Pavel. I go with Arwell, Handguy, Zahak, Architect Leica, and Bryceria. Let's go into it, see how things work out. So, they have so many books. Look at all of those souls. They have so many souls, and Zeo gets to go first, so their Stene is going to soul burn 13 billion times and destroy the entire universe. But they are going to S3 with the Zeo into the Zahak, which is great for me. Because now I get to do this with the Architect Leica, which is look at this Aiden, say, hey you're gonna die, point at her, put a target on her face, and then hit this S3 button. And there's no damage mitigation on the enemy team. There's nothing on the enemy team. So I am going to kill the Aiden and the Stene, and AOL is going to do her funny little whoops, drop a star on us and take away all of our buffs. But then Handguy is gonna go ahead and not do anything because it's Bryseria's turn. She's going to defense break the Zeo, and then they give up. So, hey, nice books. Yeah. Unfortunate. But hey, we beat the Book Menace. Congratulations, everybody. Mission accomplished. We've defeated Book. There will never be any more Book ever. Thank you for watching this video. If you like to go ahead and hit the like and the subscribe button. It does mean a lot to me. It helps us get closer to the 1,000 subscriber mark, which would be phenomenal, because then I can start throwing ads at your face and force you guys into a life of servitude where you are forced to click on ads for my monetary gain, as is the power and strength of a capitalist nation. Hooray for late-stage communism. Communism? Capitalism. Same thing. Really? The shroud starts to become a little blurry when you get this far in. Anyway, thank you for all the things. Ambivalence. You know, it's the same thing